Hello Internet and welcome to Season 2 of Ship of the Week, a series where I have just 1 hour to design a ship based on your viewer suggestions and hopefully make it work. Ships that do pass my completely unbiased inspection will go up on the workshop for everyone to download and enjoy, but the ships that don't make the cut, well, they get scuttled. We have a lot of great new ideas this season and a lot of new game mechanics to test out, so let's hop right on in to Ship of the Week. So this week we're going to be following what I thought was a comment, but in going to search for it I could not find it. So I'm not 100% sure, maybe I just dreamed it, but yeah, it's always good to follow your dreams. So what I'm going to be doing is emulating the, I can't remember the name of it, I should have done better research, but there was a Wallace and Gromit cartoon where they built a space rocket to go to the moon to get cheese, because the moon is made of cheese. Well, I can go to the moon, I can build a rocket, so I am going to go and get cheese. Maybe to, I don't know, turn into a nice fondue over this flaming thruster. So that is our mission, and I've come to a special away location in the snowy mountains to make it happen. And truthfully, I'm kind of in a weird divot. It is kind of nice, to a degree. Like, what's it look like from this hill? Yeah, that's scenic. Looks like my RV's on fire. But the main reason I'm here is because that is there. Coincidentally, we'll almost be passing Moe's Diner en route. So my goal is to build a rocket ship with one thruster that will get me from here up to the moon. So I suppose let's go ahead, get our timer up, and get rolling. So my plan for this is to build large grid. I think how best to do that. I'll start with just some basic blocks. Get some of the stuff I know we'll need. Not have it in wood. We'll go in gray for starters. Oh. We'll place that not in the ground so that it falls. And we can build our rocket off of this, and we should have plenty of room going out that way. So I'm going to be going for sort of classic rocket design here. Sort of channeling the somewhat doofy, cartoon inspiredness of our muse, which is weird. I don't know where, I guess whoever made the comment deleted it, but too bad for them, they already inspired me. Sort of going off of the base of the rocket. My plan is to have 4 of these, because if I'm only going to be having one thruster, we're gonna get that fuel low thing a lot. Do I actually have any hydrogen on here? Oh, good. Bane doesn't O2 gen, so worst case, I just scoop up some snow. Part of the, this is more of a challenge. I mean, I guess it's a design challenge too, but there's going to be an element of flight challenge to this particular episode, in that my plan, if this is a moon rocket, I can't call it a moon rocket until it lands on the moon. And with only 1 degree of thrust, I'm going to have to do this like a real moon landing, ignoring the maneuvering thrusters that real spacecraft have. And because I'm who I am, aesthetics are important. And I don't like the aesthetics of that. I'll go with my original idea.
Fuel critical.
We can speed it up by copying that with Control C. Then we could just stick on more. This is going to be a pretty big thing. I kind of knew that from the get-go. So next is a fuel tank. Then we'll do an O2H2 gen there. with a battery on it. I don't think I'll need two, but we'll put two gyroscopes just for balance sake. I guess I could do... Maybe I do two batteries. And then one gyroscope up here. That makes sense. Taking inspiration from the Wallace and Gromit one again. I think... Yeah, my best bet will be... let's use our mirror modes. There we go. It's hard to see the red down here, but we're now mirrored onto... So we're building in 4 quadrants, which only partially helps us, but that'll be fine. So I'm going to make it kind of puffy. My plan is to have this be sort of a fully comfortable, you know, have it be a nice place to live. Because if you're going to be flying to the moon, you need all the comforts of home. Yeah, this is looking like a compelling shape. Getting out of the rocket will be somewhat tricky, given its size and height. Maybe we're gonna do some... Oh! Ah, mirror mode struck me again. Okay. Oh no. Oh boy. Copy? Let's... I wanted to shrink it down a bit. Get rid of these side bits, so hopefully I can stick it back on. Oh, it's not gonna like me. There we go. Okay. Reattached. Let's just... Don't mind what you're seeing here. I wish I spawned myself in better tools. Just using the basic ones that you spawn with, because I didn't feel like spawning in better tools. So why would I need to weld up a large thruster? I wouldn't do something so stupid as to drop it. Now we can stick our other arms back on. Hopefully I'm not inadvertently creating a static grid, but I can always copy it out of the ground if needed. That's a little more cozy.
Critical.
Oh no, I'll figure out something with the ladder that looks decent, I'm sure. So we'll go up from here. Do I want those? I don't really want those to be the floor. So I'll have this be a floor, and then I'll probably have a upper floor that has the actual cockpit in it. I'll use this slidey hatch, because that feels very homemade rockety. Alright, then smack in the middle of the floor, let's stick ourselves a vent, because we're going to want to breathe in space. Oh, I don't think I bother with an O2 tank on board, so it'll take up more room, but I should, because the goal here is to be able to get ourselves some cheese. I'm just going to stick a cargo do I do it there? Maybe I do it inside. So I'll have a cargo container here. And because this is piping through that vent, the real in-game reason I want this is so that I can spawn in a bunch of ice. And I'll just kind of let that sit. I'll probably check it again because, and we can't see it, we can see in build vision. Oh. We can see that I also severely damaged the fuel tank. Whoops. Alright. Now it's filling. And it's completely empty. If it wasn't before, I've made sure of that now. So, that O2H2 gen... Uh... hmm. You know, I have the room. I think I'm gonna move the batteries forward to here. Oh, and then I'm not gonna do what I was thinking of doing because I can't. Okay. Well, down here doesn't strictly matter. We'll have one more O2H2 gen over here, just to help speed up the fueling process. Then I can put 2 batteries there. Oh, I could actually have 3 and still have my 2 batteries and gyroscope. How quickly is this? Yeah, I want 3. So we'll do that. We have our gyroscope there. We've got our 2 batteries in there. It may actually be worth sticking a hydrogen engine on just to make sure that, you know, I have power to run the whatnot so I can get fuel. The actual balance of all this probably isn't right because I forget, I don't know. Well, we can check. So, this puts out 3.5 megawatts. Each of these is taking 500 kilowatts. So, to run an O2H2 gen requires 1.5 megawatt, or to run 3 requires 1.5 megawatts. I produce 3.5 megawatts, so I am producing excess power, which is charging these. Yes, that is going up. So, slowly charging batteries, and our fuel reserve is still going up as well. It's basically as long as I keep shoveling ice into the ice hole, we ought to be alright. We'll turn on our mirroring mode again so that we can build these up quickly. That's wrong. Kind of a cool look, but not the look I'm going for here. So that's good. Turn off our mirroring mode. My plan, because it's a shame to go to space and not be able to see it, I want things with windows. I think right here, the perfect thing to place... Perfect thing to place would be a bed. I like these beds because they just look, you know, it looks more like a real bed. But this bed does have a window. All tempting options. I mean, the other option I could do is stick one of these in and put a piece of glass behind it. The issue there is it's a half block, so you can kind of see this. Though, hold on, gives me an interesting idea. So if I stuck that there, it does also have the annoyance of it being weirdly inset. And I think I want to use one of those kitchens. But if I had the kitchen stuck in there, I could then use these windows kind of stuck to the outside. It's not quite the size I'd want, but you do get a little bit of seeing outside. Then maybe we put the ever-important bathroom right there. And I'm sure we're recycling natural gases to use in the engine. That's something. So now, let's see, what other good comfort? I mean, we're gonna want a couch. That's a given. We're gonna want a table. And the challenging thing with table There's a very tight space to fit stuff in. I have an idea. So because of how I'm doing these sides, there's not a perfect block for it, but we do have the panels, which do have the right block to fill that gap. There we go. Right, yeah. So that'll actually open our interior up pretty nicely. It makes it make a little more sense to have these things kind of sticking out. Though again, it does make me wish... Whoops. Forgot that was the only thing holding that on. I think maybe... So we can stick a bathroom somewhere else. We could actually, if we get creative here, we can have the bathroom a deck lower. Which means maybe over here... I don't think that's where that goes, though. I think over here we'll have our couch. With our window behind it, so we can see outside. Then up here, we do use this bed. So that's sort of flush in. And actually, will be slightly asymmetrical, but I can use the inverted window, so instead of being on the outside block, it's on the inside. Because I think what actually works a little bit better is maybe a couch here with a nice TV on the wall. So we have something to do while we're flying through space. Then over here we'll have a nice table for two. You know, a guest can sleep on the couch. We can have our ladder up to the next level there. Oh. It'll be tight. We could have a ladder going down. That's how you get to the bathroom under the couch. Yeah, let's do that. So you've got the bathroom down there. Got your couch up here. We'll have the ladder going this way. So you can still walk behind the couch, but you can climb down, you can climb up, and that'll be how we get to our next floor. And we've got our TV, got our chair, and then what's a good last thing? Yeah, maybe just a planter for some greenery. You know, maybe a little garden so you can have some fresh herbs with your cheese. This is feeling pretty good. A nice, efficient use of space that's still, you know, feels open and breezy. Which is what you want in a rocket. Real quick while I'm out here, I'm gonna put something to cover this engine. I'll just use our neon tubes, and then the catwalks, and the, you know, still want space air to get in there. Then just so that they're nice and subtle. There we go. Grind them down to a build state. That looks perfect. And while I'm here, we'll go ahead and build our ladder.
Fuel low.
Yeah. And it's unsupported.
Fuel
On one
critical.
side, it's not perfect, but we will be able... Yep, we can just walk up that and make the long climb up. Incidentally, if the door is closed when you get up here, you fall off, but we'll be inside the rocket when we land, so the door will be open once we left. Alright. So now we need to do the nose cone toppy bit. So we have that. That becomes our floor. So this gets a little awkward with where our ladders ended up. Yeah, we'll use corner lights as our connector there. And speaking of, let's get in here. I'd thought of using one of the light panels here, but that doesn't really feel fitting, so I think we use one of those and just set it to the right radius. So let's see what I can do up here. The issue I'm facing is that that is the logical thing to do here. And if I'm right, even if I use... Do we have a panel that fills that gap? I don't think we do. That's kind of a pain. We do have a window that will fill it. That one there, but I'm pretty sure that window... Yeah, I can't actually climb up the ladder and get out. Though I do kind of like... I think that's just how we'll do our cockpit here, is... We'll just have it all glass. That looks like a moon rocket to me.
Critical.
Now the issue is still... how to get up here. And you know what? I'll use this just so I don't accidentally delete something I don't mean to. But we do have this block here. Maybe this... Get rid of you. This is just the ladder down. We'll just have two ladders. Oh, in fact... We could do our other ladder right there. Which doesn't really mean much, but it's kind of right there as you come in. Got this ladder going down, so it's sort of the ladder area. Leaves all this nice and open. We could maybe have a nice fuzzy rug at the foot of the bed. So when you put your feet out, you have something comfy to step on. Yeah. Feels good and homey. So that means for up here, we will not have a shiny blue that. We can also actually get rid of that. It's gonna look a little awkward. But... Oh. Yeah, that looks very awkward. This might be a case where I use the old school cockpit. 'Cause it just kind of feels right. My idea here is, you know, this is the way you want to look when you're flying at the moon. Yeah, I think that might make sense. Okay, now... we... spawn some more ice in... We can go out and check on our fuel. 4%. I may have to fudge fill that for our testing because I don't want to sit here and wait forever. We should probably have that off though. Not that I think it's using much. Alright. One thing I want to check, just because I'm curious. There is... slanted one of these. Oh, but it's a 45-degree slant. Never mind. I was curious if we use that instead of the panel, but I don't think it will do quite what we want. Alright. Is there anything else I think we need to do? We don't have an antenna. If we put an antenna... there is where you'd want it. Does that look good? Looks alright, but I think it looks better. Sans antenna. Oh. Guess what we could do? Just, you know. It makes sense to be able to remember where you parked it. We'll have a beacon in there. Kind of behind the ladder. So you've got your basic rocket. Got your antenna. Got your in here. You can climb up. Part of the reason, well, a big part of why I put that there was to hold the cockpit at this angle. But there's also a nice benefit. So when the ladder ends at the block, you sort of pull yourself up and step forward. But with these that have the, you know, the graded bit on the back of the ladder, if you have a second ladder there, you step off backwards and end up standing here. And it just feels like it makes more sense. It's also handy if you have one of these that's oriented in a way that you can't climb off the back. So say you want to be able to walk forward this way. You can have a ladder going up a block in. So you climb up that ladder, get off, and then you can move on. Same thing, it's what I'm doing down here. So normally you couldn't get off that ladder. But with this ladder here, so I've used the bathroom, finished my business, climb out of the bathroom hole, and now I'm out of the ship, or out of the bathroom hole. We've got a rocket, now we need to paint it. There's only one paint that we can do, at least in terms of material. I do have to decide color. So, let's see. The namesake Wallace and Gromit ship was sort of, honestly, it was lifeboat orange, but a sort of, oh boy. A sort of fun coppery color, could work. How horrible. Oh, it's bad inside. This is the downside of the metallic armor, is because it's metallic, it's very dark, which is how computer graphics handle that, for those unfamiliar. So, yeah, I don't know about that. What does, now if I'm right, silver isn't, yeah, it's not colorable. It's only silver. Retro future feels right. What if I just do a retro future silver? No. Okay, maybe we try... Just for the heck of it. Oh, it feels like a tree house in here. Actually, I don't like the outside. I think it looks silly on the outside. But the inside kind of works. I kind of like it in here. Oh. I think... So if we get our carpet back... and then maybe a... Oh, not carpeted. Maybe just a clean armor. Feel like we need to go even more basic. So all our kind of interior bits like this, not that though. We'll get this gray. I'm gonna try something different for the ladders to make the coloring work, because I don't like the sides. Whoops. I forgot how important that was. So with the storm, actually I forget if this is a DLC, but you've got your ladder shaft. Here are the catwalk or scaffold blocks. So the scaffold blocks actually have a ladder that does, it's the same as that other ladder, but you can see it just has a sort of scaffoldy frame instead of the full enclosed sides. So it lets you do the same thing, but still have, you know, you could walk out each side if you wanted. You still have sort of this, you know, for me, I still get the wood in here. Oh, the wooden toilet is going to be an issue. But I can't change it because if I did, the colors would be wrong. Yeah. So it is a DLC, but the scaffold blocks make that sort of detailing for these ladders much more convenient. Just, I don't know, in terms of looks mainly. We'll go ahead and paint that and that in the gray. Our bed we can't change, unfortunately, but it's fine because there's still a bit of color in there. And it makes sense that it would be mostly wood because it's the wall. We'll change all that. Oh, and yeah. Let's make... This will be our copper. So the thruster and fuel tank. Because they're visible from in there. And maybe these two. Ooh. Maybe not those, but the engine. Kind of hard to see that the engine is shiny in there, but it may catch the light in just the right way. Now we just need to slap our cockpit back on. And then, probably some quick setup and we're good. What I'm actually going to do too, so these corner these corner window bits hold this top bit down. So I can get rid of my angled lights. I'll just have two of those guys. And I can have a second sort of console control block. Basically what this does, this is my sort of launch and space flight control where I'm looking forward. Then when I go to land, I move to this one that changes the orientation so that I'm landing like a lunar lander. You could do this, and I thought about doing this with just a remote control block that I would, you know, stick somewhere, and then from this seat I control the remote control and it's in this orientation. But I don't know, I had the room up here and I felt like it made sense. You know, it doesn't work in Space Engineers, unfortunately, because of how grid control works. But you could imagine, in theory, you have your two people, one who sleeps on the couch, and one of you flies in space, and the other's sitting here and can control landing maneuvering. I don't know. Felt like it made sense to have two seats.
Your health is low. Your health is critical.
Huh. I sort of expected to be able to breathe in here. I guess it's out of ice. Now that does bring up something worth noting, actually. This really probably should have a survival kit. Alright, yeah, so with a load of ice, we can survive down here. Hmm. So, let's see. The downside of a survival kit in here is that I don't have a great spot to put it. I mean, it'll be janky, but I could just put one in the floor. Let's see how bad that looks. Yeah, pretty bad. Now, I don't strictly need it conveyored. So if I put it upside down, I could have it down there as a second thing you take a ladder to. Oh god, we have 3 minutes. Alright, I'm about to make some big changes. So, we're gonna get rid of, oh god, the couch. So, get rid of the bathroom there. We will put in here, if we can find it, our gyroscope. Then bathroom goes back. We fly up out of our hole. We get the correct color and replace our couch. Then in here, we put another battery. We stick ladders duplicating this other side. So we've just got ladders every which way. So now we have a flat surface down here. We can get down to our survival kit, which is upside down. You know, but it still sort of makes sense. And it being upside down means that we have a flat surface up here we can walk on like a floor. Not perfect, but I think it will do. So, with that, yeah, we've got our cockpits. Go ahead and set up our other lights. Let's get out to get a good shot so I can end this. Alright. Pause the clock. 1 minute, 22 seconds left. We have a large wooden barrel rocket thing. I am kind of tempted now to like give it some banding. Alright, even though the time is done, I just gotta see. We want the color of the wood with the retro future. So if I do band of copper there, band of copper there, and then we look at it from the side with the sun. Look at it from a neutralish side. I don't think it changes much. It sort of looks more barrel-like, but not enough, and I feel it's worth doing. Because I'll also do some weird things to the roof in the living area. Wooden space rocket. I'm going to probably run a cheaty pipe and then fill the large tank better because it is not full. Just so that we can give it a good test with, you know, a full tank of fuel. And then I guess we go to the moon. So I found a fuel tank lying somewhere unimportant. So we now have a full tank of rocket juice. I am going to cut that off. Let it roll away where it belongs. Let's replace this panel. We should be good to go. Let's spawn in just a token amount of ice so that we can breathe. It makes sense that we'd have some on board. Okay. Up we go. Oh, no, hold on. If I'm gonna do this, I need to do it right. Kick up some dramatic space music. Oh. Let's not run, let's walk. Like badass spacemen. Alright. Let's go ahead. Probably I was being too dramatic to close the door. Alright. Door closed. Here we go. Rocket on. Let's get it up to boost. And in 3, 2, 1. Rocket. Ooh. Hold on. Wait. Why is the rocket not boosting? Oh! Alright. Got a boost set. Where is our tank? It turned the tank to stockpile, so it got full of fuel. Alright. Here we go. To space! Here we come, moon. Oh. It definitely... I mean, it looks like a doofy rocket ship, which is what we were going for. Definitely should not be, space-worthy, but... I guess that's to be discovered. We can conserve fuel pretty readily. The nice thing about this is it's got plenty of thrust. In fact, we barely need override at all to maintain speed. Alright. We've used 2% of our fuel. We are now pretty much at coasting. Gravity is dropping off. And I think we will have plenty of fuel. I am noticing a slight issue in that our temperature is low and cold.
Fuel critical.
Let's go check. Oh, we're out of ice already. Do I add more in? I mean, it's enough that I can leave my helmet open. So, you know, it's not a great amount of air, but I think it's, considering I decided to go sans oxygen tank, I think it's only fair that we just ride it out. I don't know, do I jump ahead until we're in space? Yeah, I think I'll do that, and then we'll just time-lapse it the rest of the way, because I think it'll be cool. Cool time-lapse. second how we should be... Oh, yep. We're now in space, which means I can cut that off. We've used 5% of our fuel, more or less, to get here. Got my helmet open so I'm breathing the cabin oxygen and not my bottle oxygen. Hopefully we can make it to the moon. Okay, we are getting close. I am going to go ahead and switch cockpits. Alright, the moon is now above me. Let's switch orientation. I didn't want to do that. Okay. We need to... Uh-oh. I've run out of oxygen, and now... Okay, we are in the moon's gravity. I've thrown myself off course, and now we're out of gravity. I'm drifting sideways. Let's see... So this is going to be the tricky part, is flying with only one thruster. So I've pretty effectively killed my momentum. While we're doing the... Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to switch back to this cockpit. The gyro on this is something. Let's give it a bit of a boost. We'll turn off our dampeners because we don't really need them, and I think they're going to make this worse for everything. Go ahead and get onto sort of the lighter side of the planet. And then what I'm going to have to do is spin myself 180 degrees. I'm going to turn down just gyro, because my goodness. Uh-oh. Alright. Just do that. I think we're coming in. Alright. Switching orientation. Oh, yep. 500 meters up. Okay. I have to balance this thing. So I'm currently flying essentially like a sort of helicopter. Let's get out of these craggies. Aim for over here. It takes Kerbal Space Program experience, I think. This thing has a lot of thrust, and it's going to make this a little difficult. Okay. I hope everyone brought their sick bags, because there's some maneuvers going on. I think I've mostly... Yeah, we're sort of going up. That's fine. turn off and just start drifting down. Yeah, we seem to be falling pretty much straight down. So now it's gonna be, I'm still crater bound. It's gonna just be a matter of well-timed bursts to control my velocity. My goal is to land without needing the mag pads. Okay, surface looks relatively smooth and good. I just killed all motion there. Okay. Oh, nope, nope, nope. That's not what I want. I'm still drifting towards that crater. Okay. Oh, we're almost on the ground now. Oh no. I didn't put a lock on, but we're down. Okay. Our mag locks aren't actually locked and we're sitting stable.
Fuel critical.
We're at a bit of a jaunt, but I'd say we did it. Let's go down. Alright. So, yep, air has dropped just below breathable, but I'm sure we can go out and find some ice if we need to. Alright. Opening the capsule. Climb down our ladder. Alright, here we go. One small step for man, one giant leap for DIYers. Alright, I think I'm on the moon. It was a bit of a slippery dismount. Yeah. Let's see if we can get into a good position. That's it. I mean, we're slightly in a hole, but it's stable in that hole. I would call this wooden moon rocket a success. So yeah, it's very doofy looking, not particularly useful. It did make it here with most of its fuel. Like, I probably could have launched without filling it up off that other tank and still made it to the moon. It is a little short on the old breathable air front, but, you know, that's easily solvable. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a fun little bit of fun. You could, I guess, use this as a, whatchamacallit, a respawn pod. Because it's essentially, it's got a survival kit, battery. I mean, it's way more stuff than you normally get in that, but it would do the job. And actually, oh, that gives me a fun idea to turn one of these, turn it into a respawn pod mod with a bit of added challenge where you have to manually land your rocket. So you have to lunar lander this thing onto whatever planet you're on. And, yeah. I wonder how that... I bet I could make that work. That may be coming soon as a little special. But for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to leave any fun ideas in the comments. Even if you delete them, they might get in the videos. And until next week, bye-bye.